Hi everyone, Mademoiselle Asphodel Carol here. I have another project to share with you. It's a box and tag that I made for a swap that I'm in creating crafty life. It's called the Ladies in Lace Tin Box Swap. Okay, so here is my tag. I used the Graphic 45, a lady's diary, of course. I used a Prima tag, and over here I used this pretty lace, and I just folded. No, I guess I didn't. Sorry about that. I just put a piece on each side. Then over on this side, I added a tiny piece of the paper, and then over here a string of bling, and over here some more bling flourishes. This pretty lady that I fussy cut, and on her hat I put a tiny pink feather with some tiny little bling here again. At the top I added some fibers in pink and brown and rose. I just love these tones. Gorgeous. Down in the corner over here I added a tiny little doily and a little flower that I had in my stash. Over here, these are like little millinery flowers, a peachy color. This is just a little gem that I also had in my stash. It's sort of an amber color. And then over here, these are like little pom-pom foofy things. I don't know what they are really. It was in a little bouquet that fell apart, so I reused it. And on this side, as I said, once again, I have the same lace. I fussy cut some images from the paper line from the lady's diary. They weren't stamps, and I don't have like a stamp punch, so what I did is I just used a teeny tiny little circle punch, and it's not even, but I like that look. I don't know, it's pretty, I like it. And so this lace on this side forms a pocket, because on all of my tags I like to include a pocket. And so I have this first tag here that I cut from the paper collection, and it says Golden Jubilee number 50 years, Golden Jubilee number. 50 years ago, Ebenezer Butterick invented the first paper pattern and founded the great fashion house which bears his name, the Butterick Publishing Company in New York. Very pretty. And on the back, because I didn't want to cut another piece to cover the fussy cutting of the flower here, I just added some, what do you call these? And the quote here reads, "Elegance is the only beauty that never fades," by Audrey Hepburn. "A girl should be two things, classy and fabulous," by Coco Chanel. That's a really famous one here. And it just kind of hooks onto the lace and stays in place there. Oops, over here I added a tiny little flower from my stash as well. Another cutout from the paper line. And that also serves as an anchor, as does the flower. So on here it says, "Fashion style is eternal, Yves Saint Laurent." And that's also from the paper collection. And so is this one. I just added on this one I just added a little piece of lace between two layers of the paper. I added a tiny piece of fiber here, and it just has my signature and my handmade by information. this one sits up against the flower, and this one hooks up a little higher here. So that's the tag. I hope my partner will enjoy it. Oh gosh, I just absolutely love it. It's so vintagey. I love the colors. And now the tin. Once again, it's all the Lady's Diary from Graphic 45, as you can see. So I just cut a piece of paper for the top. It's a tea tin, my favorite tea. So I just covered it with an image from the paper. I added some little bling embellies here. Just a strand of pearls that I folded over and tucked in underneath this gardenia, this two-tone rose, and these tiny champagne roses from my stash. Again, I have some pearl baby's breath tucked in as well. And these have a slight pink color to them. They're very pretty. And in the corner, to hide the bottom of the flower, I made a tiny bow from very narrow antique lace. I love that. I apologize, my neighbors are being noisy today and the dogs are curious, of course. So around the edge I added this tiny lace, and then on the inside of the cover I used this paper from the same collection. I made like a little pocket with this image, used a little millinery flower down here again. I have my information here, and on this little tag I'm putting a note to my partner. Might as well continue with the inside. I covered the whole inside and added the same tiny lace that I used for a bow around the inside edge here. Of course, I'm filling it with some goodies. So that is the lid. Now all around the sides I covered it with the paper, but on each end what I did is I made a couple of ATC cards to cover the ends. They were the perfect size. So over here we have, I used this image, and then I cut a tiny bead cap in thirds, because I did the 3 corners. And then in this little corner I have some more of those little fuzzy pom-poms and mulberry flower and millinery flower and a couple of little beads. Another super tiny little antique trim all around it, and I just love it. And then on this end is another ATC card with an image, and I just added a tiny little touch of stickles on her hat, her collar, and her buttons here. I didn't want to add too much because the images are just so beautiful. So here I cut a piece top off of a piece of lace and just created this like scallop. I added some little flowers here and some little pearls in the center. And over in this corner I made a tiny little fan, added some stickles, a little baby rosebud, and a little fabric flower applique, or actually from this same lace here. It was this little flower. Added some stickles to it, and I see that my pearl escaped, so did this one, so I'll have to fetch some more. And yeah, so to cover the corners, because I rounded all of the sides, I used You can see that right in there, that tiny lace. I believe it's the same one that I used. Yeah, it's the same one that I used here. It's so pretty and dainty. Love it. So that is the tin. And then on the underside, of course, my signature and the little stamp part, felt and handmade. Covered that with the paper again. I had these little wooden beads and I colored them with tea dye, which I used to edge all of the papers, actually. I forgot to mention. On the tag as well, I believe. So that is the tin. I really, really hope my partner will enjoy them, both the tag and the tin. I really loved participating in this challenge, and I think I will again if it comes around. I just love altering tins and doing tags and whatnot. So check out all of the members' tins on Creating Crafty Life, guys, and let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. Ciao.